Before opening the book, we must restore the names. A name is not a label, it is a frequency. What we know as Osiris is a Greek distortion. The original Egyptian name, the true resonance of the soul, is Wasir, meaning the power of the eye or the seat of the throne. Wasir. And what we know as Isis is a Greek name. Her sacred name is Aset, meaning the throne itself. Even Horus is Heru, the high or the distant. Horus, Heru. We use common names only for clarity. Finally, a common error has wronged an entire civilization, reducing a great people to pharaohs. Pharaoh was never the name of the people or the culture. It might be a tyrant's title or the great house, Per'a, but never the ancestor's identity. They are the ancient Egyptians, bearers of conscience, science, and unity. Even the land itself, we wronged it by binding it to a single name. Our ancestors named it by its attributes, for names were energy portals. They called it Kemet, the Black Land, not merely for the Nile silt, but as a symbol of alchemical transformation. Black is the color of Nun, and the fertility from which gold consciousness emerges. From this comes the word alchemy. They called it Tawi, the two lands, for they understood the law of duality. It is the place where opposites unite, the valley and the delta, spirit and body. Thus, the ruler was the lord of the two lands, Neptawi. They called it Tamiri, the beloved land, or land of the eye. To them, it was the center of the cosmos, the eye through which the divine views creation. As for Egypt, it is a distortion of the sacred ancient name, Hwt-Ka-Ptah, meaning Temple of the Soul of Ptah. The Greeks could not pronounce it, saying Aegyptos, which became Egypt. We are not just pharaohs, we are children of Kemet, people of Tawi, and guardians of the soul and Hwt-Ka-Ptah. We are the origin. Therefore, in this journey, we do not speak of pharaohs, we speak of our ancestors and the code they left us. You are watching this video right now with this eye of yours. But are you certain that this is the eye that sees the truth? Have you ever asked yourself, why is this symbol the most famous in history? Do you think our ancestors were drawing a falcon's eye? Or were they drawing a map? This is not merely a talisman. This is a hyper-precise engineering blueprint, an anatomical map of your human brain's structure, and a guidebook for the journey of your consciousness from darkness to light. It means our ancestors had drawn them off your brain on temple walls more than 7,000 years ago. And we still think it's just a charm we hang in the car to ward off envy. Even though this eye, if activated, it is what would protect you from crazy drivers, not the blue bead. This depth explains the stunning correspondence with what is stated in the Bible. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. The single eye here is the eye of Horus, the unified eye of insight that pierces through the shells to see the truth. In contrast to the distracted eye that sees only the surface, and because spirit is inseparable from matter, modern science has come to confirm the myth. Anatomically, this eye matches the location of the pineal gland in the center of the brain with astonishing precision. And it is not merely a morphological resemblance. For in 2002, research by Dr. Baconnier revealed a secret hidden inside this gland: the existence of calcite microcrystals resembling those found in the inner ear. The scientific surprise is that these crystals possess a physical property known as piezoelectricity, meaning they generate an electrical charge under pressure, which is the same technology used in the crystal radio to receive waves. Scientifically, this means your brain is not just a thinking machine, rather it is literally a sophisticated biological antenna and a cosmic Wi-Fi receiver designed to pick up frequencies of consciousness and electromagnetic fields that your 5 traditional senses are incapable of perceiving. The ancients did not draw a bird's eye, they drew your connection code to the cosmos. Let's be honest with each other. We are lost. Our story is the living embodiment of the tragedy of Osiris, that great king who suddenly woke up to find himself thrown in a swamp. Amnesiac, his soul torn apart, and his throne stolen. We live the chapters of this betrayal daily, and the perpetrator is no stranger. It is Seth. He is not just a myth. He is that voice in your head. He is the ego that executed a silent coup, stole the throne of your command, and programmed your consciousness with one fatal lie: that you are merely a mortal body and not an immortal soul. This Seth is the voice that wakes you up at 3 in the morning to remind you of an embarrassing situation that happened in 2005, or convinces you that the only solution to your problems right now is to order a pizza and scroll through until you get dizzy. And I wasn't far from this state. I lived for years disconnected, lost, and fighting windmills, until I discovered the map. The beginning of the solution. This journey is different. A journey that doesn't start from the peak, but starts from the roots. I know you have been through many battles, and I know there were times you felt alone facing the world. That is why this series is made with love for you. Not to give you historical information, but to activate dormant powers inside you. Before we take the first step in this journey, we must shatter an intellectual idol that obstructs vision. The hieroglyphic word Neter, which has been translated for centuries as God, does not carry the traditional religious concept of worship. Modern linguistics reveals an amazing secret to us. Neter shares the linguistic root with the word nature. The Neteru are the laws of nature that reside within you. Scholar explains in his book The Temple in Man that the Egyptian temple is nothing but an architectural embodiment of the cosmic human. Neter linguistically does not mean God in the modern religious sense. Rather, it means principle or function. Thus, ancient wisdom reveals to us that the Neteru were never separate entities. They are living alchemical equations and natural laws describing the physics of consciousness dwelling in your depths. Based on this understanding, when you invoke Horus, you are not practicing a ritual for an idol. You are literally activating the program of will within your nervous system. And to understand how these programs work, we must see the governing framework for them. Maat. She is not merely a goddess with a feather. She is the supreme law and the absolute truth. She is the moral fabric and cosmic harmony that sets the rhythm of reality. The Neteru are the vital functions, and Maat is the scale that ensures they operate with precision. But the myth did not end here. From the heart of this fracture, Horus is born. And Horus is not a distant god. Horus is you when you decide to wake up. In this series, we will crack the code. We will use psychology and quantum physics to reactivate the eye of Horus inside you. The throne is vacant and waiting for you. Are you ready?